Okay. There we go. PM Comics Club with me and Matt, because we're
the only ones here.
Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Better tweet this out while I'm before I forget. So, what do we? I just want. What do we pick up from from earlier? It's like, I mean, we kind of left the earlier stream on a pretty good note.
Yeah, we did.
It doesn't seem like much happened over Twitter though to talk about. But then again, our stream isn't one that likes to talk about drama. Just
And oh boy, is there drama going on.
Well, when is there not, to be honest?
Now let's see. There's Indicron doing the Comicsgate only. There's this supposed deep undercover Comicsgate guy who's releasing secret plans from SJWs. Oh boy.
In other words, nothing I really care about.
Nope.
I don't. You know, I'm kind of thinking. Do you really see 2019 sort of being our year?
Yeah.
I mean, I do too. I mean, it's at least a year where we can get a. I mean, I may not. I don't. I mean, it's still whether or not I get Changeling out this year is still up in the air, but it's at least a year where I can get a lot of it done. Which is something.
Honestly, Brett, if you don't get it done by July, have it ready to go by July, we'll all be pretty annoyed, but we'll understand.
July, did why July, Matt?
Why July?
Did we just don't want that?
Oh, oops. No, not July. I meant July 2020. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, it's Danku.
Hey, Danku. And I was banking on the idea that nobody would be listening to us right now.
Yeah. Wait until Al Jazeera start broadcasting the speech so I can see why Twitter is just flaming with drama. Meanwhile,
yeah. Oh yeah, everyone's probably paying attention to the Trump speech.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that was today.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, Danko, I'm pretty sure it's like the only news outlet you've got out there, but God, to be honest, man, that quote-unquote news organization is owned by the Qatari government. So he still uses slave labor.
Yep.
Which makes Al Jazeera Plus so interesting to me. Like, they're supposed to be the woke wing of Al Jazeera. By the way, did you guys know that in Paladins, the game, there's a character called Navy? Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware of Paladins. I'm aware that character exists. And also, that's not where her name came from.
Oh, no.
Her name came from is believe it or not, I got it from Warcraft 3, sort of. Okay, so in Warcraft 3, specifically the expansion, The Frozen Throne, it was in the Night Elf campaign. And one of the hero characters in the Night Elf campaign is a warden called Maiev Shadowsong.
Yep, I remember her.
Yeah. And I think she still made appearances throughout some of the World of Warcraft expansions. Now, now the name Maev just kind of really stuck in my mind because I liked how it sounded. And then I discovered Maeve, and me being me, I assumed it was an alternate spelling of the same name. And of course, what I discovered was it's the name of a fairy queen from Celtic mythology.
And you were saying it wrong.
Yeah, without going into too much detail, she's an evil bitch that is the reason why Cuchulainn bites the big one.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until I got in touch with my friend Beth. Not the same. It was not Matt's Beth, by the way.
No, completely different people.
No. Now, this Beth I've known since before. I've known this Beth for years. Here's like, she and I go way back. Heck, like her mom is best friends with my mom. That's how far back she and I know each other. Now, she ended up telling me that that's not how it's pronounced. It's pronounced Maeve. And and the thing was, I really liked how it was spelled. And I realized, I can't walk back on this.
Well,
but
you're stuck in it.
Well, I took it, and I decided to take it and run with it anyway. So yeah,
this is good.
Yeah. Denku says someone told me the fan art I made looks like Maeve, and I said yes, and they pointed me to. Wait, hold up! I only think I glanced at one pic of her. I know that one. Hold up, I'm looking at this right now. Paladins, Maeve. Someone better not tell me that. How does this look like this? How did these two look even remote? Okay, Matt, I'm going to show you a pic, and you've got to tell me how these two even look remotely similar. Because I don't see it.
Okay.
Give me a sec. I need to find a good one. This one's good. Yep. Tell me, do they look even close?
No.
No, they don't. They don't look alike at all. They look nothing alike. Skin color's different, hair is different. I mean, like, not just color, the hairstyle's different too, and they dress differently too. They don't look anything alike. How? Thank you. Your friend needs to get his eyes checked. Well, it is yes, I'll give you that much. It is a very unique name. Look, look, this is out in the open. I came up with the name. You guys have the origin of how I got to the name. I did not get it from Paladins, because I found out about Paladins after the fact.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know something funny?
Yeah?
So I was looking through my old story files and found a character I came up with. A northern princess by the name of Maeva. Basically, the same spelling as Maeve, with the exception of the A at the end instead of the E.
Oh, they probably were trolling you, Denku. Yeah, that's but yeah. Also, actually, now that I think about it, wasn't like the main villain of Mystic Knights a Tiernanog named Maeve?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I actually know people who still like that show.
Huh. Well, there are still people who like Pokemon.
Well, here's the. I don't know. I mean, like, I actually heard. Well, when I say they still like it, I mean, I don't think it's ironic. I think they actually genuinely like it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's just I don't remember. I barely remember it existing. The only thing I know about it is that it looked like it was supposed to be like a fantasy version of Power Rangers.
Which is pretty interesting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like it. Well, it looked like it had. I know it was made by Saban. So to
Of
say
course
it
it was.
was, yeah. So to say it wasn't taking like some inspiration from Power Rangers, like I think it was like I think it was a series they produced themselves. Like it was a completely original one. This wasn't like a Sentai show they kind of repurposed.
That's new for them.
Yeah. I have enough Tumblr shipping of Power Rangers in my timeline that I'll vomit now when I see any.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just like I think it was like sort of it basically took the same idea as Power Rangers, but it put it in a more fantasy setting. So
Well, get ready for Power Rangers versus Transformers.
that one actually sounds like it could be cool. Is that new? Is that a new book IDW's putting out?
No, it's something that might happen as a movie because Hasbro now owns the rights to Power Rangers.
Really?
Yep, and they're moving forward with a sequel to the reboot.
The super serious one that I don't remember that I remember just kind of came and went.
Yeah, the one that barely sold any toys, and that you can still find toys at Target.
Yeah, damn.
Although you can still find toys of the Ghostbusters 2016 characters.
That is true. I remember seeing those in Walmart as like for like over a year, even probably even a little longer.
Toys R Us still had some to clear out when they were closing.
Well, when we thought was closing, now they're not.
Yeah, that seems like a really good way of screwing over the employees.
I did not get that. Okay, so Danku's talking about what our big plans for the year are. You know, I think at most, I think, I think this much we can at least tell that we do sort of plan a simultaneous release for all three Mythoverse books.
Yep. And then there's that one secret project.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna. Look, all I can say is we think a simultaneous release is kind of best if considering these are it's supposed to be a new universe, so that actually like kind of looks good. We just are figuring out what the date is going to be.
Yep.
Without going to, we have reasons that we can't go into. We'll just say that much. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like that's kind of like the big. But other than that, what else I can say is that big 2019 is just get as much of the book as I can done.
Yeah, you kind of screwed yourself by making it as long as you did.
It's not that.
Not that long.
It's not that long. It's like what, 32 pages? That's a decently sized book.
Yeah, but most comics these days are 22.
Look, yeah, well, the only reason I screwed myself is because I made every single page necessary. I mean,
Yeah.
and I wrote it in such a way that breaking it up just would not make sense.
Yeah, you definitely played yourself.
I did too good of a job.
You done goofed.
The random thought, why a pony? My Maeve has a pony poster. I have all the characters and such. Why make her pick a pony? Well, to be honest, well, first off, it's not a pony. It's a unicorn. And secondly, that was kind of something Ginger added.
It's always good to give your artist some creative freedom.
Yeah. Ginger likes the pony stuff, Danku. Yeah, and I kind of told her, you know what, just fill her room with a bunch of knockoff stuff to make it look like a teenage girl's room, and so she kind of filled it with stuff that she liked. One of
which fits the character.
Holy crap! Preston showed up in the chat asking if we looked at White Lily. Shit, dude, did we look at White Lily? I forgot about that.
Is it out?
Is it out? I don't remember. But yeah, that was pretty much the reason why, Danku. Yeah, I told Ginger just fill with a bunch of stuff that looks like knockoffs of other things that a girl her age would like. Because about the only things I sort of came up with for her was that she liked Nintendo games, which I obviously can't use anyway. Issues. I DM'd us links to the issues. I'll take a look and see if I have those. I might have forgotten about them.
If you sent any to me, Twitter's been weird to me about DMs, so I've been getting about half of them in notifications.
Let's see. Let's see if I got them. Let me check. I'll take a look. Let's see. Oh, I don't think. No, I'm not. Yeah, sorry, Preston. I'm not seeing them in DMs.
Yeah, not in mine either.
No, that's weird. Yeah, resend them. We'll check. We'll take a look at them. We'll look at them later tonight. Yeah. Your sister saw the art and she was wondering, would it fit Maeve better if there was an Evangelion poster or Rurouni Kenshin kind of on the side there? Well, damn. No. Send it to. Yeah, I'll type. Yeah, let me. I'll type it in. Yeah, there we go. Unless he's not talking. Unless is he talking to me or Dan? Does he mean me or maybe Dan though?
Probably Dan. Dan probably.
Because I don't remember. Didn't we tell? I'm pretty sure we told him that Dan was letting us use the channel while mine was under a community guideline strike.
Yeah. Probably.
Right.
To answer your question, I think we actually do most of the time. I remember.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it slipped. It's no big deal. But yeah, Danku. I don't know. I think he he said, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, I think he meant for Dan. I think he meant Dan. You know, send it to us anyway, man. We'll check it out. Yeah, send it out. Okay. But yeah, Danku. To have her, I don't know. I honestly do not think Maeve could get through Evangelion. I mean, Matt, you've seen it, haven't you?
Evangelion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that anime gets like super depressing and like, let's put it this way, Maeve's depressed enough in general. So,
but director was also suicidal at the time, so
yeah. He made it while he was struggling with depression.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, to put it this way, Danku, Maeve is depressed enough just in general by her life Why would she want to watch something that would make her feel worse? She kind of like she's kind of into stuff like, well, what a Ginger ended up calling ultra unicorns because it makes her feel happy. Let me just put it this way. It's about as when she realizes when she just feels lonely, the show kind of makes her feel like she has friends. Every mangaka is suicidal, but I get it. I was assuming she was having a rebel phase, and Evangelion caters to girls at such an age. Do you see that?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that scene where Shinji at the end of Evangelion, that's not for kids. That's not for little girls.
He said girls at such an age, and well, at this age, she's 14. Fuck, that's not even. Actually, I wouldn't even say that is for any kid that age. It's huge angst anime. Yeah, I mean it is, but it's just more like I don't think Maeve wants to be reminded how much her life sucks. I don't, and she definitely doesn't want to watch something that would make her feel worse. She can't. Like she's into stuff she's still into stuff she was when she was a little girl just because she kind of wants an escape. So, of course, she's going to watch a bright, colorful, and cheery cartoon about talking unicorns because it makes her feel happy. It's kind of about the only escape she gets from reminding her how lonely her life is. She wants to feel. Yeah, it's a delicate status for Maven. She wants to feel like she belongs. Yeah, that's the whole point of her. She just wants to feel. She just wants to be accepted. She just wants to have friends.
And I don't think Shinji's the best role model.
Nope. I mean, Kenshin I can maybe see. I mean, that's at least kind of. I mean, Kenshin's kind. I haven't seen Kenshin in years.
Kenshin is a show that any teenager would want to watch.
Yeah. Kenshin I could maybe give her. But I think a buddy of mine, Sam, when he was asking me if she was into anime, would she be into like say the cute would she be into like the cute stuff? And I said, yeah, I guess so. And so he said, okay, so like Ghibli movies. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, Ghibli movies, it's kind of hard not to see that.
No, it really isn't. I can see her enjoying those films, especially of how uplifting they are.
Yeah, a lot. Well, most of them are, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ghibli is deep. Yes, it is, Danko. Actually. Actually, yeah. Even now that I think about it, even Princess Mononoke isn't that dark. Like, it's at least got I mean, even the ending is a little bit. I mean, it's a bittersweet ending, but it's not dour. I mean, would you call the ending of Princess Mononoke bittersweet?
No way. But it wasn't a tragic one.
Well, yeah, it wasn't built. Well, it wasn't building itself like it was tragic. It's more like, fuck, what was his name? I don't remember his name.
Achikata, I think.
Achikata. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Achikata and Sen, like they just go their separate ways. I mean, like everything's been. I mean, they've managed to fix things, but they've kind of more or less accepted that they can't stay together. They have to sort of go live in separate worlds.
Yep.
But they still promise to keep their relationship. Like they promise to keep in touch with each other. So, like, it's not like a super happy ending, but it's not. depressing either. It's like kind of it's somewhere in the middle. But I mean, like it fits what the story was going for, though. And Dan just showed up in the Slack.
Yep.
So do you feel we the fans are somehow intervening and pushing more into May? Because I think as an artist, I tend to want to know deeply who I will draw. Well, considering the book isn't even out, so I guess for most people, she's still kind of a blank slate. So everyone sort of has only to go off of what I tell them. Which is just enough to sort of understand what her character is like. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think, personally, Danku, I don't think anyone who's drawn anything about Maeve has tried pushing themselves into her. I mean, it kind of goes without saying that a lot of people, to my surprise, seem to identify with her very easily. But yeah, I don't really feel like anyone's trying to insert themselves into her, like project themselves into her. Do you feel this is an unwanted pressure? Like, dude, I don't feel any pressure, honestly. It's just like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think any. Heck, I do. She reminds me of my sister. That's kind of, I don't know, it's sort of like how everyone treats her. They just treat her like she's the little sister of our corner of the indie market.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but yeah. Honestly, I don't see people trying to push themselves into her or anything. Like, they just sort of like take the character as she is, and they'll just say like, "Oh, she's cute. Oh, she was fun to draw. Oh, I get her." Which is good. That's what I want. I want people to have that reaction towards her. Yeah. I'm just kind of surprised that she caught on as well as she did. I did not, like, considering I just started with a simple sketch I made off in my sketchbook. Like, it's almost been this July, it'll be a year since I made that original sketch. And like, I'm surprised by how much progress she's made in that amount of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But then again, Brian and Trent didn't think Regina was going to catch on as well as she did either. And I mean, like, how many people can actually say they identify with Regina, though?
I think it's because she's a foul-mouthed ginger.
Well, true. Well, true. She's also fairly attractive, so that helps.
And there's also the struggles that she has that people can identify with too.
So even though most people aren't some combat shocked Marine with a bad temper, people can.
Yeah, people with mental illnesses could relate.
Yeah. But yeah, or people who just like. I think even if you get like depression, you could sort of identify with Regina. I mean,
Yep.
Okay, I don't want to say it's like a complete 1-to-1, but there's some slight overlap with struggling with PTSD and struggling with depression. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Well, I think it's a lot more complex than that.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I related to her for her low tolerance of bullshit. That's what Salem said.
I think that's the part where that's based off of Brian.
Yeah. I don't like that ginger. To me, it's a Kill Bill style, not my cup of tea at all. I don't know, Danku. I'm gonna tell you, if you think Regina's Kill Bill, let me put it this way: Regina gets beaten a lot more than the bride did.
Yep. both physically and emotionally.
Yeah, she just. In fact, it seems like everything she does, she just ends up fucking up.
Kind of like with Constantine and his friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Also, Danku says Maeve has a charm because she's a nice combo of anime and Western. Well,
I can see that.
well, yeah. I mean, duh.
I
Okay,
can.
let's get this done. Who is your favorite female / comic role model? I don't know. I don't know. It's not something I really gave much thought to. I mean, for a while, I can definitely remember I was really into Nico from Runaways. I really liked her. I was into X-23 for a while too, but Revy from Black Lagoon, Salem. Okay, that's not bad. I guess I don't know. I mean, like, I want to say I'm not gonna say the name Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell because I don't think I can. I'd like her, but I can't. But she's not a character I can really say I identify with. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I do. This is not something I really gave a lot of thought to be honest. I guess it's just because I identify with male characters a little more, just too easily, for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah. Obviously.
I mean, that's kind of the reason why Maeve is a girl. It's just so I don't. It's just so I can keep my distance from her.
That's probably why I write a lot of female characters because I don't want them to turn into me.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just writing about yourself, then that's just boring. So where does the ginger fit in your fave characters? Hey, I like Regina.
Yeah, she's my favorite indie character, besides Maeve, of course.
You mean besides Althea? Don't
Look,
pretend you're not
look,
biased in some way.
look, I've got separate categories. Althea, Maisie, they're my kids. Okay, you can't pick your favorites out of them.
What, dude? Do not. Are you referring to your characters as your kids? What are you, Robbie Rodriguez?
I'm not going to do anything bad to people who will hurt them. No, but seriously.
What was up with that guy anyway? It's like just that one tweet just made me like really weary of referring to Maeve as my kid, just because it's like she's not real. She doesn't exist.
When you think about, there are children of the mind.
I guess, but it's just like I don't know. Just why does it feel so weird when he does it though?
Because he's a freak. I mean, come on. He sent his butthole to EVS.
That is true, and somehow he's. And then again, you have to be pretty weird to want to draw Zoe Quinn's comic.
You gotta be pretty weird to be Robbie Rodriguez. Anyway.
True. Actually, by the way, I can kind of. I actually did gleam at the first issue of Goddess Mode, and
oh god,
the art is. I don't think the art is really all that good. Like there are places where things just don't. Like I sort of get what it's going for, but
it's just dumb.
I don't know. It's just it kind of feels like it feels very rough or rushed, is what I'm saying.
Well, Zoe Quinn probably either turned it in late or had 100 rewrites.
I'm not convinced it was edited.
So basically late.
Well, if it was turned in late, then why would if it was turned in late, then why does the art not look better? But then again, I'm also admitting I don't know that much about Robbie Rodriguez's work. So for all I fucking know, maybe this is just his default mode.
I'm not particularly interested in getting to know his work all that well. He's a type of person that after everything he's done, I don't want to support him. I don't want to feed his ego because he's certainly not doing it for the pay.
It's not. I'm gonna do a quick Google search and see what I get. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want him. I want his art. Okay. I don't need to look at his face. Okay, yeah, it seems like his default mode is kind of like this rough, sketchy style. It looks like he's trying to. It looks like he's trying to evoke Tank Girl.
Yeah, that comic fucked over comic art.
Yeah. Danku says, the thing is, my fan base is full of lewd artists, models, and such, so I always fear when I draw fan art for an indie character, some pervert will catch up. Danku, it's the internet. We all know the law.
That's why all my women are over 18.
Rule 34, if it exists, there is porn of it, okay? Look, I know someone is going to lewd Maeve, I just don't want to see it is all. If I can go, like, my whole life without ever seeing one, I'll be happy. Yeah. But yeah, what was it you were saying about Tank Girl again?
Oh, it fucked over, and the art style fucked over comic art in the same way that Alan Moore did for comic writing, because everyone's trying to. There's a lot of people who don't have the talent, but are trying to emulate them.
I can believe that.
So she is your kid. He's got you there.
Okay, fine. Salem LeBlanc, Jamie Hewlett influence, not a bad style to aspire to, but yeah, it's just like, it's not a bad, it's Jamie Hewlett's art style is not bad. In fact, it is really good, but it doesn't work everywhere. Like, it worked for Tank Girl because it was sort of supposed to be very chaotic, anarchic. It was supposed to be basically a punk rock comic book. That worked. It does. That kind of style is not going to work everywhere else. Kind of comes back to an earlier point we had in the early stream where we talked about like how aesthetics for comics really matter.
Yep. So, can you imagine a Captain America comic with that art style, a punk rock art style?
It's not bad, but it doesn't fit.
Nope.
It doesn't make sense to draw him with that kind of Tank Girl style.
Or design the costume based on that either.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that would be a pretty jarring experience to see Captain America like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Danku says Tank Girl is cult fave among the models I follow because it's edgy and leans towards anarchy. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, that's because like Jamie Hewlett, I think like he has Jamie Hewlett, I think like he sort of comes from that sort of punk rock aesthetic. Like I said, if you've read Tank Girl, like you see why that style makes sense for that book.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell, I think you could even sort of make a case that it kind of makes sense for Gwenpool as well. I mean, it was. I mean, yeah, just because you can have an art style that is really good and have an artist that is really good at that style too, but that doesn't mean he fits in everywhere.
Nope.
I mean,
such and the reason why Watchmen was made was because Alan Moore wanted to do things that you couldn't do with the Justice League characters.
Well, he couldn't even do it with the characters he originally wanted to use anyway. So
Yeah, them too.
He wanted to do it with like old Charleston characters, but then DC kind of overrode him, so he just took the basic concept of the characters and just sort of repurposed them.
Yep.
So Captain Atom turns into Dr. Manhattan, and the Question turns into Rorschach. And I think Blue Beetle turns into Night Owl.
Yeah, although Alan Moore has stated that Night Owl, the character behind the mask, is based more of a middle-aged Clark Kent.
Maybe. Danku says, I hate every other spider except Peter Parker.
You know, back in the day, Jessica Drew was pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, like, oh yeah, Jessica Drew. I forgot about her. Yeah, Spider Woman. Yeah, there was a time when she actually was good.
Yep, and then I don't know what to say. And they had an interesting concept with Ultimate Spider-Woman.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I remember the comic where they decided to have her come out as a lesbian.
What?
On a beach in a bikini.
I mean, on the one hand, I guess so, since she was supposed to be a clone of Peter.
Yeah, you know, I can get that, but I don't know. It just
I mean, I get the logic behind it. I mean, like if Peter was straight, wouldn't it follow that she would? Wouldn't it follow that this is Ultimate Spider-Man Danku, not the main one? Okay, so yeah, I mean, if Peter was straight, and she's supposed to be a clone, and she still had all his memories, it would follow. I guess making her a lesbian would make a kind of sense.
Yeah, but it was the way they had her come out as a lesbian was just rather bizarre for the optics.
Don't inject ideas into my head. Too late. Yeah. You know, especially considering I think like she almost had a thing with Johnny.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh gee, have the female clone of Peter Parker question her sexuality? Like, wait, like they could have just taken. I'll give them though this much: they didn't opt for the easy way out and just make her bi.
Well, since she had feelings for Johnny Storm, wouldn't that actually make her bi?
Depends. Like if she, I think that sort of depends, because like I said, they at that point they hadn't really done anything with her. Okay, big question. What can Moe do to help your big plans? Well, Danku and I already discussed that Moe is off the table for Maeve.
At least not until 18.
Well, she is always going to be kind of short, so
yeah, that's true.
I don't think Moe can do anything for Althea or Adobe though. I mean, like they're kind of old.
Yeah.
Mo. Oh, you. Oh, you meant you. You could have just said, well, what can I do? Why did you just say that? Why didn't you just say that? Never mind. Okay. Well, if what you can do, Danku, is just tell people. Just keep spreading the word. That's all you gotta do. And if you feel like it, make fan art here and there.
Yeah, pretty much that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Fan art will definitely spark interest. Also, I just read that after that issue of All New Ultimates, they dropped the lesbian arc for her.
Well, shit.
It's not even on her Wikipedia page.
Yeah. So yeah, Danka, yeah, if you want to help us out, yeah, if you want to help us out, just like I said, if you just tell people and make fan art if you feel like it. I'm pretty sure Dan and Matt won't oppose to you applying your unique talents to Althea and Adobe within reason.
Yeah. Pretty much. Just no dick girls.
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't Althea bi?
Yeah, but no dick girls.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, that. Yeah, no, yeah, none of that. None of that. Actually, that's something I always want to ask you. Why did you decide to make Althea bi?
It felt like it fit for the story, for what she would have to do in it, because some of the times I want her to solve, so I get through some of these cases about violence, such as there'll be some where seduction is going to be needed, such as with an incubus or a succubus. And it probably wouldn't work out that all that well if she was squeamish about that.
I guess. Bi, but leans more towards men.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's the one thing that I've noticed that a lot of writers don't do for bisexual women in comics, is that the job, once they have, basically they're bisexual, but they only go for women. And see you later, Tanku.
Yeah, see you, man.
It's and also it also was different from the way I was doing things with Maisie.
Definitely. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it kind of seems like bi gets used as like a kind of like an easy way out. Like, I don't want to. I want to make her gay without actually making her gay.
Well, more like, yeah. But then again, afterwards they just do nothing but women with the as the love interest. So that seems rather lazy too.
Yeah. Why are we? Yeah, kind of makes you think, man.
Yep.
I mean, at least with Regina, they acknowledge that she's had boyfriends.
Yeah, it's not a suddenly lesbian thing.
Yeah, just a mostly lesbian thing.
Yep. But I think that's more of the preference of the creator than anything else.
Yeah, true. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. I mean, like, it's 20. It's 29.
It's current year.
It's current year. If you want a character to be gay, just make him gay. Right?
It's 2015.
Yeah, it's like, man, just make him gay. I mean, like, after all, you got works out for Blizzard, right?
Sure. That it definitely does.
Yeah. Question. So much thought goes into a character's sexuality. I'm curious what your thought process is in choosing a character's race. That can actually, I think depending on the story you're telling, it can matter. But then again, I would sort of put down it comes more down onto the creator's preference and the context of the story. So, like, the reason why most of my characters are white is because this changeling is in Aberdeen, Washington, and Aberdeen is still a pretty white town.
My thought process isn't that deep. With Maisie, it was more of I want to flip the stereotype that the Scottish are always engineers. So I decided to make her an engineer who's been turned into a commander. And with Althea, she's got a British
An English
name.
name.
So basically, she's more likely gonna be white.
Yeah.
And another story that I worked on with Beth, I really didn't. I picked out names, sent them to Beth to design the characters, and she just decided to go with what felt right for the characters.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. It kind of depends. I think like the only reason why race would ever come up is if it actually matters to the story. But even then, I think if you're hanging the whole crux of a narrative on a character's race, that's, I mean, that I don't want to. Let's just. I think that has the added danger of leaning too far into like getting ham-fisted with racial politics.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because the story that I worked on with Beth,
Yeah.
it did not have any racial issues. I just wrote the characters as they are, without any race in mind.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think I did either. Just so happens most of my characters happen to be white because Washington is still, like, most people in Washington are still white. I mean, like, we got some Asians, we got some Islanders, there's some blacks, but it's still a mostly white state.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what I have to say about race in my area, I'm not gonna say. I don't want Dan to get struck.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll just. Well, we'll keep it down on the DL there. But yeah, it's just like I said, I think it only matters if the character's race actually is actually important to the narrative, or if it just makes sense given the context. Like if if the book was set in like say Africa or Asia, it wouldn't make sense for my character to be white. So yeah, just sort of I kind of always approach with what does the story need? Like, what does the context dictate? So, of course, then again, like Althea kind of goes like all over the place. So it's like like she literally could have been any race, to be honest.
Yeah, but I decided to have her from Michigan because everyone else had their characters written in the states they're in.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Dan put Adobe in Florida, and I put and I put Maeve in Washington.
It's almost like we're connecting a triangle.
Actually, and that it's probably a very obtuse triangle, to be honest.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
It's there.
Salem's protagonist is from Michigan too.
Where?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, you do not see. I don't think you see a lot of fiction come out of Michigan, just because like nothing really happens out in Michigan, to be honest.
No, and a lot of sitcoms usually take place where the careers are from. And Detroit, near where I am.
About the only actually, I think like off the top of my head, like the most famous movie that's set in Michigan is Robocop.
Yeah, the most famous sitcom is Home Improvement.
Wait, Home Improvement is in Michigan?
Yep. My ex-girlfriend's uncle pulled him over once.
Story takes place in Chicago, though. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I can bet it's. I wonder if it's much of a culture shock going from Detroit to Chicago.
There's a lot of death in both cities.
Well,
Lots of murder.
Well, to be honest, Chicago's a little bit. I think Chicago's a little bit worse than Detroit right now. Thinking about what a character's race is going to be, maybe near the same process turn what whether your character is a mouse or an owl. I guess Mike is going on a roundabout way of saying it doesn't really matter.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, just like it kind of comes back to it. It's like, I'm all about what does the story need? How does this serve it better? So.
And with Maeve, you're doing it with Celtic folklore,
which is out in the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but then again, we're talking about the Celts, and they were pretty damn white.
Oh yeah.
Moved from Detroit to Chicago to the UP of Michigan. Damn. I guess that it was a bit of a culture shock.
Huge.
Yeah, I'd only been up to the UP. I'd only been up to the UP once, and that was to go to Mackinac Island. I've heard stories about what Upers are like. It's like they're their own people or something.
Yeah, it's their own state because they're not connected to the mainland. They're the weird ones.
Kind of like how New Yorkers treat people from Long Island.
Pretty much.
Or like how when you go from Western Washington, when you go from like Seattle to Spokane.
Or any conservative area, and to Seattle.
Pretty much, which is mostly everywhere outside of Seattle. Upers are the superior race.
Let's see. No.
But yeah, I mean, like the Celts, they were pretty white. In fact, I think the only people who were whiter than they were the Slavs. Or the Nords. Depends on who's talking.
That depends on who's doing all the pillaging and raping.
Well, all three were kind of doing it at one point or another.
Yep.
Just the Nords got notorious for having Vikings.
Oh yeah. Everyone assumed that that the other cultures were just there to be slaughtered by the Vikings.
Celts are badass. I hope Maeve taps into that. She gets into the. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I think it could happen. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, Maeve is also Irish for joy.
Yeah. But yeah, I think. Yeah. Funny thing about the Celts, when the Romans first came in contact with them, they thought they were fucking giants because they had never seen people that tall before. I think like the average Celt was like 6 feet tall or something.
Which they might as well be giants to them.
Kind of makes you wonder. Actually, no, not so much wonder. It just becomes kind of funny when you realize that Europe nearly got conquered by an empire full of short people.
Yeah. Pretty weird how that turned out.
Yeah, that's fucking Romans. Yeah. But yeah, I guess tapping into Celtic mythology and again, sitting in the Pacific Northwest. Is it any wonder why why my cast has only one so far only has one major non-white character?
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to call you racist anyway.
Yeah, they're going to call me racist because I have a mainly white cast in an area that is mainly white. But then, of course, well, you've told me this many a times that apparently Asians now count as honorary white people.
Well, that and they complained about The Witcher not having any white having people of color in it, and that's from Polish. That's based on Polish history, where there was only white people.
Yeah, it's from fucking Poland. There's almost nothing but white people in Poland.
What were they expecting? Slaves?
They're just lucky that the Poles don't give a fuck.
Nope. Except for when you're trying to take away their freedom. Then they'll go crazy on you.
Yeah. Well, I think the only people who except unless you're the Soviets.
Yep, they really hated the Soviets.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just the Soviets were the only people who kind of it looked like they successfully kind of conquered the Polish people. But that's because the Soviets kept just kept a boot on everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, they kept the food away from them too.
Also true. Hollendor.
What's the one thing the United States did that this country didn't do?
Although they'll probably talk about what we did to the Indians, but Disease did most of that, and it's not our fault that they weren't immune.
Yeah, look, right now, Mike, I'm going to have to disagree with you because of how the European Union is acting up.
Europe is the best thing ever. Europe used to be really great. Still has a lot of great history.
Yeah, history, not so much about the present though.
Yeah.
The only thing I could really say that's good about England was Top Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And they were pretty busy getting offended by that, so.
Yeah.
Well, we expect from a trio of idiots who enjoy a little offensive banter every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, true.
So, and that just reminded me of the time where they had a race in the American South, and they were allowed to do whatever they could to sabotage each other. One of them had Hillary for President 2012.
God, man. I just hate the ignorance of scaling virtue.
And one of them painted on the other one, I'm gay. Which, holy crap, that got so many Southerners upset. At one point, they were looking. It looked like they were going to get into a fight with a bunch of hillbillies.
The fuck? What?
Yeah, and they got chased by hillbillies on the road too.
That sounds nuts.
These guys are probably. Oh yeah, they got banned from the United States too at one point, because at one point during that episode, Jeremy Clarkson goes out, kills a cow, and brings it back to the camp to skin and eat.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's nuts.
Yep. Yeah, they got banned because PETA got pissed.
You know, I have to wonder. Do you think PETA blocked me when I tweeted that bacon pic at them? I want to find out.
Well, they didn't. They sent me to an investigation of their animal shelters that was done by them.
Well, I'm not. Well, I am, in fact, not blocked by them.
Yeah, same here. Especially surprising when I said that. Let's see. What did I say to them?
Huh. I'm kind of surprised they're followed by UFC's official Twitter.
Oh yeah, I told them that the investigation from them is as trustworthy as Harvey Weinstein as chief investigator of his own criminal activity. Are you surprised I'm not blocked yet?
Dude, if I couldn't get blocked at them for just literally tweeting a picture of bacon at them. I even threatened to keep tweeting pics of meat at them. That didn't get me blocked. Although I'm pretty sure if I did keep tweeting pics of meat at them, doesn't that count as harassment?
Yes, and they'll probably get you banned.
And then I turn into Tonka Gassaw 2.0.
Except without the UFC record or wrestling record.
Actually, how the fuck did Tonka get banned again?
I think he got flagged by Worski's group.
Yeah, but this is like I'm trying to think. Like, this is an awful lot. It's actually a little bit too successful for them. Well, I mean, if PETA gets me banned, I can see why.
Well, it could be that they had someone who knew how to play the system at the time.
That's possible.
Someone who could be a alien cuck.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a pigeon to confirm or deny this.
Nope. And Tonka can't use smoke signals with Twitter.
Well, to be fair, I'm out in Washington. It's gray most of the time, so his smoke signals just blend in with the sky.
It's windy here, so I'm surprised I've got a connection because I have Comcast, which is just as reliable as smoke signals.
I have Xfinity, which is only slightly better than CenturyLink.
Slightly, yes. Just like it's also only slightly better than AT&T.
It's better because everyone else is worse.
Yep.
Also, I'm going to agree with Salem. PETA is vegan ISIS.
Oh, yeah. So, how about that Captain Marvel trailer?
What about that Captain Marvel trailer?
Don't you just love every time they do that her to a hero moment? Doesn't it just make you feel happy?
I'll tell you what did make me feel happy.
It ended.
On a lark, I watched one of the alternate trailers for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that looks awesome.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, Star Trek 4 has been shelved. The director left.
Oh no. I feel so bad.
You know, it would have been interesting to see where they went if it. Oh hey, Paris's first nudist restaurant is officially closing. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought?
There was a lack of customers after 1 year of business.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, here's the thing. I, there's a lot of people who think that a nudist restaurant would sound great, but in reality, it would not be the attractive people that they're thinking about.
No, it would not. It's just like it's it's gonna be hard. Let me put it this way. It's not like you're gonna be. It's not like you're gonna be eating on the set of a porn shoot. It's gonna be actual. Most of the people working there are gonna be very hideous to look at.
Yep. And also, a lot of the people who are attractive know better than to show it all off.
Yeah. Cool thing about the new Godzilla is nothing political is being talked about it. Exactly.
Except for one thing. He's a body positive Godzilla.
He's supposed to be more real. He's supposed to be like quote unquote more realistic.
By that, they mean body positive.
He's not. He's not fat. He's bulky. There's a difference.
Yeah, as much of a difference as it's starring anyone with talent.
Why do I get the sense there's a bit of bias as coming from you there, Matt?
No, I'm just trolling.
Yeah, of course you are. But yeah, I mean, like I thought Godzilla 2014 was actually, I mean, as far as an American attempt went, that was actually good. A lot better than the '98 one was, although I'll admit that's not saying much.
Here's the thing. It was so bad that they really they really did a number on that Godzilla in one of the Japanese movies.
Yep. Final Wars. He tries to attack Godzilla. He just swipes him with his tail, knocks him into the Sydney Opera House, and then blasts him with a nuclear breath.
Yep. Oh hey, Margot Robbie is playing Barbie in a live action film.
Hooray!
At least it's not. It's probably because of lack of sleep that's causing me, but at least it's not Amy Schumer.
I'll give Margot Robbie that much. She's at least better looking than Amy Schumer.
And oh hey, uh, sheriff that was in charge of Parkland County.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty close to be suspended for his response to the high school shooting.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, the one down in Florida. Yeah.
Yep. The governor's going to remove him.
Yeah, it's just like that guy. Okay, not to get all. What Godzilla would you like to see in another American installment? I'd like to see Destoroyah.
Was there going to...
Do you know what he looks like?
What? Destoroyah?
Destoroyah?
No.
Okay, here's why. I'm going to show you what he looks like. Now imagine what he would look like, what an American take on him might look like. He's honestly one of the coolest looking Godzilla kaiju ever.
I do think that they'll eventually put in Mechagodzilla.
They better.
I mean, he did get a good reaction in Ready Player One. Oh, okay. Looks like he'd be pretty overpowered.
He is considered by many to be one of Godzilla's strongest enemies, and he's also one of the few that Godzilla could not beat on his own.
Oh, just wait until Hollywood gets to him.
And he's also one of the most evil too. Like this guy, he kind of takes pleasure in kind of torturing his opponents.
Oh, wow. Not good.
Yeah. I mean, fucking look at that. He looks like the fucking devil.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, rumors are saying that Destoroyah is the villain in Kong versus Godzilla. Okay, Salem, I will believe it when I see it. Okay. Kind of seems like like just for perspective, why when they first originally debuted Godzilla versus Destoroyah, this was supposed to be his last. This was supposed to be like the last Godzilla movie ever made at the time. So they wanted to give him an opponent that would be like a great send off.
Oh yeah. So how about that? How about Legendary talking about making a Gundam movie?
Well, they did okay with Godzilla. Can they do okay with Gundam?
They'll probably turn Christina McKenzie from 0080 into from a redhead to a blonde, or played by Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Victor just sent me some. Victor just sent me some line art that he finished. Let me show you. Come on.
Loading.
I mean, it's not my fault all the files are so big. I mean, they have to be. There's an obvious reason.
Oh, well, that looks great.
Yeah. It's not finished, but yeah, it's like still coming along great.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot of people with Maeve playing of kitties.
Well, duh. Listen. You know, I kind of actually wonder. I mean, like, what would I've sort of seen like fan art of like what they think a legendary Mechagodzilla would look like, and it looks like they try to pattern him off the legendary Godzilla. You know, make him bulky. I don't think that's the route they go.
Probably.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't make. I mean, why? I mean, obviously they pattern him to look like Godzilla, but when they want to make him more like a machine that bulky, it's not going to be mobile. They'd want it to. I think they'd build it to be more mobile than Godzilla. Like that would be its advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Godzilla's big, bulky, and slow, so Mechagodzilla can move around a lot more quickly. So that'd be actually kind of that. So if they do if there's a legendary Mechagodzilla, I predict it's gonna be a lot more. It's going, yeah, a legendary Mechagodzilla would probably look like a reptilian gypsy danger. That's a good way of putting it, Salem. Yeah, that's what it would look like. Not only that, we probably also get a lot more shots of the pilots.
More than likely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think about the only. I think like one of the only Mechagodzilla movies that kind of featured the pilot a lot more heavily was like the third Mechagodzilla movie. Fuck, I forget her name, but she was actually a pretty cool little character. I forget, like she was a chick with attitude. She wanted, and for some, I forget the reason why, but she really wanted to kill Godzilla. And she also seemed to have kind of a rapport with them or with the mech, because like in this version, they sort of built Mechagodzilla around around the skeleton of the original Godzilla. You could easily combine Pacific Rim to the legendary Godzilla by making Mechagodzilla a Jaeger. They could.
Yeah, they said they want to do it.
I think the only problem is there's like some. I think there's some kind of Isn't there like some kind? Isn't there like Isn't there like some legal shit that kind of prevents that from happening?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me check. If they're under different studios, it's going to make a lot more sense. Let me check. Check something. Okay, here's the studio behind this. Oh, it is Legendary Pictures. So why aren't they? Well, then again, Pacific Rim was kind of in a post-apocalyptic universe.
Yeah, but they'd probably figure out a way. Alternate universe, maybe.
Possibly. By the way, the Japanese chick in Pacific Rim, she was hot. What was her name? Rinko Kikuchi? Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked her. She actually spoke really good English too.
Unfortunately, she got killed off in the second movie.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
I don't know.
What the fuck, dude? That just... Yeah. I mean... Speaking of which, I was in one of Vamp's streams yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, she was playing Devil May Cry. And at some point, the lip syncing really got off. I forget whom it was, but someone else was in the chat and said, "This game has a Godzilla dub." And she laughed, of course.
Well, yeah, because Tonka's a pretty big Godzilla fan.
It wasn't Tonka. But yeah. Oh, wait, now I get it. I get what you're getting at. She's absorbed she's absorbed some stuff from him by osmosis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think she's been dating him for this long and not picked up anything from him?
Point taken.
Tonka's got that personality.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
And Tank's hosting with Warhammer.
Like he does.
Yep.
Yeah. And now things just went dead for a second. Godzilla's events could be seen as the first breach of the kaiju. It could also expand the aliens lore by showing they've been planning for millions of years. Were there aliens in Pacific Rim? I think I got there like halfway the first one.
Yeah, they were the creations of aliens.
If I remember correctly, did they come like from an alternate dimension?
Yep. Technically, they still are aliens.
I guess.
And it looks like after the end of Pacific Rim 2, they're going to invade their territory.
Is there a third one actually?
They're talking. That's what they said before the movie premiered. Let me check it out. Okay, so they're talking about doing a third movie and expand the universe to a Star Wars, Star Trek style franchise. Basically, main canon, spin-offs, one-offs, and a possible crossover with the MonsterVerse. Which the MonsterVerse is a series of films concentrating on Godzilla and King Kong.
Really?
Yep.
So they are going to they are going to be kind of crossing over with like the MonsterVerse then?
Seems like that's a plan.
I mean, that'll be kind of cool, don't get me wrong.
Yep. But yeah, King Kong versus Godzilla is definitely going to happen. I think it'd be really funny if they were to have Kentucky in there, since his actor will be in that movie too. You know, just do a little troll kind of thing. Well, I said this earlier. It's gonna be really funny if the second Gintama movie has a more faithful adaptation of Dragon Ball.
Oh my god! Wait, there's a second Gintama movie coming?
It already came out.
Really?
Yep.
And it does. Okay, which arcs does it cover?
Well, I think the one with Dragon Ball was the drama series that they put out, where it was Hijikata leaves the planet because Earth has banned cigarettes, and so he goes off to find a refuge for smokers. Lands on a planet very similar to Namek, where where legendary tobacco fields are. Finds out that it was destroyed by all the crops were destroyed by this villain who's very similar to Frieza. Hijikata defeats Frieza very easily. Goes on to find the slimy balls to to combine them all to release the slimy dragon, and encounters characters similar to Goku, which the Goku character begins cradling the corpse of Krillin. Then Hijikata fights a parody of Cell, who is very easily defeated by Hijikata, despite all the boasts. But because earlier in the story, he meets a kid whose father, keeps a cigarette as a memento of his father who was killed by Frieza's attack. So instead of wishing for cigarettes, he wishes for the kid's father to come back to life. And kid's father comes back to life, but there's nothing. It's more of a zombie, a slimy zombie.
That's funny.
Yep.
Okay, now here's something.
Go on.
Here's something funny I found over Twitter. I think it looks like I think it might be an edit of a old Penny Arcade comic.
Oh.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Was Gabe the one with the brown hair? It says,
I
hey.
think he's black.
Say what?
I think he's black hair. Black hair.
What else? Hey, did you check out The Punisher? It got tore up over at Polygon. Oh shit, we should probably start watching it right now then. It's like the reverse of the Nintendo seal of approval. There's no greater indicator of quality than Polygon not liking something. They said Subway's chicken bacon ranch was tone deaf given the current political climate. And look, that's a great sandwich.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a... Wait a minute. There's a date on this. This is from 2017.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a... Okay, so this is actually fairly current.
Well, they've always been pretty harsh on gaming culture.
Yeah, I gotta say, I guess I'll give I will give him Polygon's opinions are just as insightful as Al Gore's warnings. Yes, I guess you got to give Penny Arcade this much. They've never. I don't think like anytime they've come across criticizing gamer culture, it's not like when Polygon or Kotaku did it.
No, they do it more in a loving way because they're gamers too.
Yeah, they get it.
And nobody's ever been as torn apart as Jack Thompson.
Also true.
They once sent in money for a charity after a bet was fulfilled. Basically, his challenge to have a game made where the shooter goes and shoots up the headquarters of gaming companies. And he'd pay $20,000 to the charity of choice.
And they made it.
It was made. He went back on his word. So Penny Arcade donated $20,000 to charity. And on the check it said, for Jack Thompson, because Jack Thompson won't.
Yeah.
And
you know what? It's actually kind of... But you know what? That strip actually makes a lot of sense. If Polygon hates something, it's probably a good indicator that it's good.
Oh, yeah. But the best part of going back to the story, the best part was Jack Thompson's response. He threatened to sue them.
For what?
Yeah, some kind of fraud.
Well, fraud. How is it? Like, seriously, how the fuck is it fraud?
Oh, no, he's stupid. He thought a nude mod was part of the game.
Oh my god, that's just fucking hilarious.
The guy teamed up with Hillary Clinton. That's an indicator that his mind's not right.
I guess so. Although, here's something I can remember. Do you remember back when that Sarkeesian Effect documentary was being made?
Yeah.
I remember they leaked the guys behind it leaked a interview they did with Jack Thompson, and he actually came across sounding pretty reasonable in it.
Oh, wow. That's rare. That's very rare.
I think I don't know. It's been a long ass time since I've seen that, so let's not. Let's not discount the fact that my memory I may not be remembering it correctly.
God, the Hillary Clinton dispense.
Oh, come on. I don't pull that out for everything.
Well, not everything.
At least
I mean, you're not
more.
trying to run for president.
No. Also, I think I've got an edge because I can actually talk more lucidly than Hillary Clinton.
You can also stand on your own.
Yeah, true. I do not, and I haven't had a seizure.
You don't have people questioning your health.
Nope, I do not.
There was a pause there, but that's okay.
Oh, come on. Just pause does not indicate my health is bad.
Oh, I know. I'm just going to go ahead and say that with Polycon, they've got journalists who want games to have a turn off gameplay mode.
Yeah, those exist. They're called movies.
Well, these people are stupid.
What? How did I'm just trying to wonder, how is it possible that Polygon ever got taken seriously?
Bribes.
No, I'm just trying to remember. Was there ever a time where people actually thought Polygon was kind of good? Because I can remember people saying Game Trailers used to be good. I can remember people saying Destructoid used to be good.
I think Polygon was part of Gawker, so nobody said it was good.
Now I'm pretty. Isn't Kotaku part of Gawker?
Let me check. And then it's another site that's never been said that it was good.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever thought Kotaku was good. Also, how is it supposed to be it seems like it had a major identity crisis. Like, the name implies that it's focused on anime and shit, but it's a gaming website.
I have no idea. Okay, Polygon is Vox Media.
Well, look, no one's gonna think that. No one thinks Vox Media is good anyway.
Nope. Formerly Sports Blog Inc. Well, that explains everything.
Yeah. 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 Actually, do you remember far back enough when like Game Trailers and Destructoid were actually good?
Well, game trailers, yeah, at one point.
Yeah, Game Trailers was good up until they got bought up by MTV.
Yep. Everything goes to hell when MTV is involved.
Yeah. Destructoid, I don't think anyone's ever figured out when they started going wrong. Although we can definitely, although I think you can definitely pin it around the same time Jim Sterling joined the site.
Oh, more than likely.
Actually, here's something I want to check out. I don't know if you ever saw this, but I think Jim Sterling started up a series where he reads like quote unquote gamer elitist comments, but he does it in such a poncy voice. He acts like this very effeminate French aristocrat.
So his normal self?
Well, his normal self is British. He has 7,500. He has 759,668 subscribers.
Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Yeah. Actually, I want to see because I left a really good comment in one of those. Let me see if I can find that. It was funny as hell. Commentocracy. I think that was it. Dan, I'm sorry if I end up adding Jim Sterling to your recommended feeds for this.
Oh God. Dan, I'm sorry too.
I can't. I think it was Cuphead Elitists. I don't know. I think that was it. I really do not want to go through too many of these because then I do not want the algorithm recommending Jim Sterling to Dan. And again, I think I responded to that video so long as ago, I think I forgot which one it was. I think I found it through a Sargon video. Okay, I think I did. It was one of his Thinkery videos. That was it. New journals can't. Let's see if it's the. Now let's see if I got it, because I want to see if it's still there. Because I laughed my ass off. Stop at what I wrote. Let's see. Found it. Yep, I found it. Oh, it was the Cuphead Elitist one after all. Commentocracy, that's the name of the series. Yeah, I think if my comment is still there, it's buried under so many others, it's going to take too long for me to dig up. But what I do remember what it was is I basically paraphrased a line from Red Dwarf.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself for what I did there. Yeah, just because I think it was just because I think I because what I put in there was this man is not guilty of being something something. He is only guilty of being Jim Sterling. That is his crime. It is also his punishment.
Jeez.
Honestly, how the fuck did this guy ever get taken seriously? There's a mystery.
It was probably at first ironic, and then it became so ironic that it became real.
Like he just became this character.
Yep.
That's actually fucking hilarious to me.
Huh. Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. And there's like, he has the temerity to always end his videos with "Thank God for me."
Yep.
Yeah, it's like maybe it was something that started out as a joke, but it's just like you just live a character long enough. Like I said, you end up becoming it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just such a like Jim Sterling is such a ponce.
A lot of the big guys who did YouTube usually are.
Yeah, I mean, like, both him and Movie Bob, they're just like. Also, you said big, by the way.
Yeah, that was a great joke.
Both of them, it would not surprise me if like all these guys always. Why is it all these guys always seem to be such fat asses?
Yeah. Don't even want to start on that one. They just sit down, pretend they're important, do some videos, then pig out. Normally their local buffet will close the moment they step into this restaurant.
Yup. Yeah, pretty much. At least say. I mean, people want to say Zach does the same thing. Zach at least has a day job. He gets out. He does things.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Salem. I don't have anything on the Clintons, okay?
Neither do I. I don't either.
So I think we're pretty safe.
Yeah, I think we are.
Besides, I think that if there's anything that they'd send, it'd be the zombie of Bill Clinton.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that meme that has Sammy Hagar and both Bill Clinton. And I think what is so surprising about that is I think Sammy Hagar is actually older than Bill Clinton.
Yep.
And Sammy friggin' Hagar is older than Bill Clinton, and he looks better.
Well, being president is a very stressful job.
So is being a rock star.
Yeah, but he's not married to Hillary Clinton.
Also true. Also, I'm just going to pull this up because this is one of the. It would not surprise me if Sammy Hagar at least has a history of alcoholism too.
Well, Bill Clinton also had an addiction to Big Macs.
Say what?
Bill Clinton also had an addiction to Big Macs.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. But the only thing that's interesting in this is that it says he's the cousin of Christian metal singer Ken Tamplin.
Huh.
I do not know who that guy is. Doesn't say what. Okay, I'm gonna just see if I type alcoholism and see what I get. Subsequent tour brought on Eddie Van Halen's alleged relapse into alcoholism. If anyone does anyone know if Sammy Hagar had a substance abuse problem like ever?
Don't know.
Well, I don't know if you're really into Sammy Hagar era Van Halen or Sammy Hagar in general, so I wouldn't expect you to know.
I mean, he's a rock star, so more than likely.
I found a Daily Beast article that talks about his drinking rules. That might give an idea. I'm a margarita, mojito, fine wine. That's what I drink. I don't drink beer very seldom, just to chill the heat from eating a jalapeno or something. Doesn't do scotch or whiskey. Do you ever drink while you play? On stage a lot of times because I want the energy. I'll drink a Dr. Pepper with white rum. I'll drink. It's my drink on the drum riser. Blah, 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 blah. Just says how he takes his drinks usually. Blah, 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 blah. You've had some long nights and seen some great parties. Of course he would have. Says he's got a ton of tequila. Okay.
We've out the worm.
Who knows? He might. For all I know, maybe he had. For all I know, maybe he had an alcohol problem at one point.
Perhaps.
I mean, I can buy it. Rock stars, like these guys typically have some kind of substance abuse problem. Salem says, I just assumed everyone in Van Halen was on something. You're not wrong. I think David Lee Roth had a coke addiction. I think. Although this is me going off of, let me look this up. David Lee Roth, cocaine. David Lee Roth was yeah. Eddie Van Halen would often skip the after party to toil in his room with a guitar, alcohol, and cocaine.
You know something?
What?
Jimmy Carter looks better than Bill Clinton.
Really?
Yeah. And he's 94 years old.
Let me take a look at him. I'm gonna look at Bill just to have a comparison. Yeah, he looks slightly better, at least for his age.
Yeah, he's what, 20 years older?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's just kind of, but that's kind of nuts, though. I mean, like Sammy Hagar is older than Bill Clinton and looks better than he does.
Yep. Insane.
Yeah. Which kind of tells you something. I don't think it's just being president and being married to Hillary, because one of my friends commented that he looks like he's got stage 4 syphilis or something.
Well, when you're around all those White House interns.
True. Of course, everyone. Yeah, and I guess to go back to Salem's comment that everyone in Van Halen was on something. Yeah, like I said, it was Van Halen. You'd be surprised if they weren't packing away booze and drugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they came up in the 70s, it got really massive in the 80s. It was just like doing drugs was par for the course. Like everybody was doing it. No, actually, now that I think about it, like one of my pop culture teacher my senior year, like he kind of gave like a, you don't make eruption if you're sober. Of course you don't.
Nope.
Yeah, he kind of came up with a reason why each decade of rockers was doing drugs. With the 60s, they were trying to be rebels. With the 70s, they had too much time. With the 80s, they had too much money. With the 90s, they felt like nobody cared. And in the 2000s, because everyone was doing it. But honestly, they were doing drugs because everybody was doing it. Seems like that's always been the reason.
Oh yeah. It's weird. It'd be weird if he didn't have some kind of drug problem or alcohol problem.
I don't know. I think there was kind of a straight edge sort of movement in punk rock just because like they wanted to get away from they just wanted to get away from the status quo, and I guess that kind of included doing drugs.
Yep.
I think it was like more in the hardcore scene back in the 80s where the straight edge sort of came from. Like those. Yeah. Actually, here's another thing. Do you believe that it was some Garth Ennis interview where I caught that he said like he was talking about when he was working on Hellblazer, and something that he did was that he felt like helped improve his writing was that he gave up smoking pot. He said, in his own words, he thinks that pot makes you really lazy and settle for ideas that are not up to the mark.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And he's also seen people who've gotten stoned and not done it himself, and he says it's like really, really boring watching people get stoned when and they think you've had a really good idea. Like, and honestly, I have a hard time believing pot could actually be good for a creative mind, because pot is supposed to make you lazy.
Yeah, it's supposed to relax you.
Yeah, it doesn't stimulate you.
Nope. Okay, so here's what's been going on with Bill Clinton's health.
Ooh.
In September 2004, he underwent quadruple bypass surgery.
Okay, so he's got heart issues.
Yep. March 2005, he had another surgery, this time for a partially collapsed lung.
How do I get...
In February 2010, he was rushed to the hospital in Manhattan, complaining of chest pains, and had 2 coronary stents implanted in his heart. And after that, he became a vegan.
Salem says David Draymond writes only when on pot. That's the guy from Disturbed.
Oh, found out something today. William Shatner is a vegan.
Wow.
I think it's because of his age.
Okay, I guess so. Yeah. But
he's probably one of the best vegans, though.
Dude has a good track record and attributes his creativity to pot. I don't know, man. Can you honestly see pot as being like something good for a creative mind?
Not really.
Or does it depend on the person?
I think it might depend on the person. But who knows? We don't have the study for it.
Maybe if you're one of those people who's like you need, like your brain just goes in a million directions at once when you're trying to do something creative. So in that case, maybe pot would be good for you because then it forces you to slow down.
Yeah, that might be it.
But if you're someone like me who sort of like just kind of takes his time to begin with,
yeah, it might not be good for you.
That's definitely not gonna be good for me because like pot's just gonna make me even lazier. Like my problem is like I sort of have to get myself going. I need to be stimulated.
Yep. Which is where coffee comes into play.
Salem says alcohol helps me with coming up with ideas and not to be too self-critical. Yeah, because then you're not thinking about what you're doing. You're just putting whatever pops in your head.
Yep. Yeah, it's just that. I find that drinking coffee helps me the most.
I should probably start drinking more coffee too. I need like I said, that's my problem. I need to be stimulated.
Yeah,
Mike says I think it's more about whether or not you can brain power through the bullshit the drug is trying to put your brain through.
Yeah. You know, I found that the best coffee for me is Shell's Best.
Really?
Yeah, for some odd reason, that works better on my mind than any other coffee.
Yeah. You know, Mike, I'm actually going to I'm going to believe you that maybe it's not the drug, it's the person. So yeah, like, so if you're one of those people who just needs to be able to slow your brain down and focus on something, pot might be good for you. And if you're one of those people who just needs to who just thinks too much about what he's doing, you might need alcohol to make you less reflective. And if you're one of those people who just needs to get going, I guess like caffeine is good.
Yep.
Yeah. Or in my case, like I really seem to have ideas come to me when I'm at work. It's just like, I don't know, just doing something. And it's like, I'm just in a routine. And then all of a sudden I just have it's just like I have ideas just kind of come to me.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Especially, that's one thing I don't like about my brain is that I always have good ideas when I'm working, and then when I sit down, sometimes I just can't get them out of me.
You can't remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try. Like, if I have an idea that I really like, I try to hold on to it as hard as I can because I don't want to forget it. It's like I've heard some people say they get their best ideas like late at night, or like early in the morning.
Yep, and most of them get forgotten.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, because like most of the time that'll happen while you're asleep and no one thinks to write them down.
That's right. It's gonna be an interesting year, I think.
Yeah. Mike says I don't need coffee, cigars, or beer, and I don't think it helps my creativity. The ritual might, but the creativity happens in spite of it, in my opinion. Like I said, it's all dependent on the person. Some people just need something to help them. Sound says all my ideas come from music, whether it's me hearing it by chance or intentionally listened to. Don't know why, just the way my brain works. And like I said, I just need to get ideas when I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And it can't be just anything. I got to be doing something productive. Which is why all my best ideas seem to happen when I'm at work.
Definitely. It's just damn.
Yeah. And speaking of which, like now that because I turned it on to Hellblazer,
Yeah.
And you said you were gonna sort of own that part of, just pretty much own that for Mythics. When are we gonna get the Althea Constantine?
Oh. Well, who says that Beth hasn't had the idea come to her head already?
She just hasn't put it out yet.
Nope.
No, I gotta wonder, like, is she gonna like do the whole thing like with the trench coat and the tie?
I can see that happening.
I don't know. It feels like if she's gonna do that, she better put Althea in a pantsuit.
No, oh come on now. She's not Hillary Clinton.
Hey, some chicks can pull off the pantsuit.
Yep.
Like, fuck, what was that? What was that chick? What was that redhead from the X-Files? Gillian Anderson. Same person.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Gillian Anderson, Scully, yeah. She wore it well.
Yep. That she did. Although you could I think that it's a good thing that the X-Files ended the new series because it
wasn't good.
No, it was. You could tell that the actors were getting tired. The stories have pretty much all been told, and it was too bad they couldn't do the alien invasion arc that they wanted to do for a movie in 2012. But you get what you get.
Yeah, well, man, it's just like they were like really old at that point.
Yep.
Like you could see it visibly on there. Like they visibly aged.
Oh yeah, so, especially David Duchovny.
Yeah.
He's no longer the boyish man he used to be.
Nope. Now, here's something about X-Files that always kind of bugged me.
Huh.
I get that between the two, Scully was the skeptic.
Yep.
That makes, and for like season 1, makes sense for her to have that attitude. But you're gonna tell me, like, after everything that she had been through with Mulder from the first season, she's not gonna start at least thinking, okay, maybe what Mulder's thinking is onto something.
I'm surprised it lasted after 3 episodes. But they wouldn't have a show if she wasn't the skeptic.
Yeah, I get it. They need, like, he was the believer, she was the skeptic. I get that. It's just like,
Why though?
just keep it going for that long though. Yeah, it's just like, it kind of I don't know. For me, it just sort of strains suspension of disbelief.
Yep. I just got a news alert saying from Sci-Fi Wire saying that in the upcoming Picard series, his life is radically altered.
But
Apparently, one of the producers said that it won't resemble anything we've seen before on Star Trek: The Next Generation, and that there was a traumatic and life-changing calamity going all the way back to the destruction of the Romulan homeworld.
you know what? Whatever. I just don't. I honestly just do not. I just honestly do not care anymore. It's like they're pulling this out because they saw how bad Discovery did. But
Yeah,
what is they're bringing in Picard because people still like Picard. But not to be the black pillar here, guys, but after Next Generation, what was left for him to do?
to be honest,
He'd pretty much done everything.
To be honest, I think they like Patrick Stewart. It's not Picard they like the actor.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it's just still like looking at this from purely a storytelling perspective, like they've pretty much done everything they could have done with the character. Like, what are we gonna get watching Picard that we did not get watching Next Generation? That's the question.
He's old and grizzled.
I don't know. It just feels like it's gonna be like I half expect them to sort of rehash plots from the Next Generation that just feel good.
Or
it won't be awful. Like I'm not saying it's gonna. I mean, against Discovery, literally anything is better.
well,
But it's gonna feel like, why am I watching this when I could just go watch Next Generation?
well, here's one issue I have with it. It means there's a possibility that Wesley will come back.
Oh, God help us.
And Will Wheaton's not doing much these days. His schedule's wide open.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, he probably had his agent call up. And he
More than
probably
likely.
lobbied for it. And he probably lobbied hard for it. And he's trying to, and he pitched them the idea of, no, we're going to show that Wesley's grown up, that he's
stupid now.
No, that he's, yeah, we're going to show that he's grown up. We're going to show that he's not that little asshole that everyone hated on the Next Generation.
He becomes the old asshole that everyone hated on Next Generation. But then again, I wouldn't oppose an entire episode of Picard just saying, "Shut up, Wesley."
We already have those.
But an entire episode, cranky old Picard taking on the older Wesley. Because the older Wesley is stupid.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's one. Okay, maybe that's one way that it can justify its existence. But everything else, like,
Or, it could be like that Family Guy episode where they had the next generation cast.
yeah,
Picard just beats up Wesley.
I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. You'll get nothing like it.
I think that the only joy that you could derive from that episode was how mean Patrick Stewart was to Will Wheaton.
Well, that's because like Seth MacFarlane knows everyone hates Wesley.
Yep. I'm pretty sure he knows what kind of an SJW Wheaton is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
I gotta say, you gotta give Seth MacFarlane some credit that he's willing to call out Hollywood.
yep. By the way, Salem, you have been blocked by Will Wheaton for saying "Shut up, Wesley," because he is that petty.
I'm still blocked by Will Wheaton.
I think the best photo stuff I saw was Will Wheaton's tweet saying that he's got a new policy. Anyone who says "Shut up, Wesley" gets automatically blocked. And then someone photoshopped underneath, "Shut up, Will." And it's from Patrick Stewart. And Salem, we all were.
Wait a minute, hold up. I tried typing it in, and I just got. That's someone. Oh, da 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 da. No, wait, no, I can't find Will Wheaton on Twitter. Did he quit it again?
I don't know. Probably.
I sure can't find. The only thing I can find that's Will Wheaton related is the Will Wheaton Project, a weekly comedy show hosted by actor. Oh, here we are. It links to his Twitter. And I'm still blocked by him.
Well, to be honest, the best joke of the Will Wheaton Project was saying that he'll be back for season 2.
Wait, that was a what? That was a thing?
Yeah, it was on Sci-Fi Channel. And there was a segment where Skeletor was trolling about being canceled, and it actually came through.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Skeletor finally did something.
That's hilarious, man.
Actually, I think they might have it as a clip.
Huh. Not that I care that much, but my follower count just dropped by 1 while we were doing this.
Hey, you win some, you lose some.
I don't know. I think it might. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care that much about the. I mean, I want my follower count to go up, yeah, but it's like. It never goes down far enough for it to like be an issue. It's just like It just for the past couple of weeks though, I felt like I was stuck in a cycle where I kept gaining and losing 3 followers.
Yeah, that's basically me for the last couple of weeks. Sonic, I had a feeling that if you were to shave Will Wheaton's beard, he'd look like Wesley Crusher or still.
Probably.
He's just got that kind of baby face.
And he's like, what, 30-something years old?
He's in his 40s.
He's a 40-year-old man, and he still looks like a fucking
He's
16.
older. He's older than Alex Jones.
The fuck? No way. Let me look. I have to
He's
see this.
46 years old. He's
I
46.
have to. No. I have to fucking see this for myself.
And Alex Jones is 44.
46. I just have to see this. God damn.
I know, right?
Alex Jones, though, looks like he's 10 years older than he actually is.
Yeah. Will Wheaton's almost 50.
What in the hell? I guess I'll give him that much. He just has he's at least aged well.
Well, it's because of his baby face.
Yeah, true. Like he is a. He does have a baby face. I mean, like, fuck, I kind of do too. I mean, like, if I shaved my beard completely, if I was completely clean shaven, I'd probably look like I was 16 again.
The way and the reason why we seem younger is
You're obviously young. You look younger than you actually do because you're Asian.
Yep.
You guys just naturally age slow.
It's the soy sauce. The greatest trick we played on EVS was to deny soy.
Me on the other hand, though, it's just that I don't know. I think it's just genetics. Because, like I said, without my beard, I don't look like I'm 28. Mike says I don't like it when people think I'm younger than I am at times. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer.
So they did a whole reveal of the new Game of Thrones footage.
Who cares? That show hasn't been good since season 5.
Well, the image I'm looking at right now, it looks like Daenerys and Jon Snow don't know the truth yet.
Sorry, but I'm still maintaining myself. I'm still maintaining my opinion. It's just
The writers of the show aren't good. And it's pretty clear they don't care anymore.
No, they don't. Honestly, is there any I think I remember hearing from a buddy that season 1 of Westworld was good.
Yeah. It was. Haven't seen a second season yet.
I don't know. It's just like there is not much on TV these days that I even have the faintest inclination of checking out. But then again, I don't have TV anymore.
Yep. Ash vs. Evil Dead was pretty good. But then again, it was Bruce Campbell killing zombies in a splatter gore kind of way. Or in splatter stick, you could say.
Yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, I'll give it that much. True. But yeah, I don't know. I might check out. I might check out the season 1 of Westworld if I feel like it. But it's just like I just want to focus on getting Changeling done though. Like
Yeah,
watching too much stuff would just be a distraction for me.
yeah, it would be.
Hmm.
Oh boy. So, aside from Captain Marvel, the biggest reveal that was most disappointing was the fact that wizards in Harry Potter used to relieve themselves on themselves and use magic to make it go away.
That is just oh my god. That's a level of world building you don't need to know, man.
Seems like an abuse of power.
It makes me think now. It's like you just when I thought you could not make Harry Potter sound worse. I mean, it wasn't bad enough. You have a bunch of shrieking leftists constantly referencing it, but now you're talking about that Hogwarts did not used to have indoor plumbing.
You know, the funny thing is, I realized that there's a Gintama GIF for every occasion now, including finding out that wizards used to relieve themselves on themselves.
Just drop trow and take a piss, basically.
I don't. From the way it sounded, they didn't even do that.
Oh my god, it's just like that's just fucking awful.
They sit and piss themselves like animals.
It's like what the fuck, man. Like why did we have to know that? Why?
Know. Because they lost a bet with Will Wheaton.
You know, at least Game of Thrones kept chamber pots.
You know, I think that might have a point about the portals, except that they did the deed. They did the magic after they did the deed.
Yeah, pretty much. But I just don't want to think about it. I just want to. You know, I feel like we got to sort of. I feel like we kind of have to take a dig at Harry Potter in the Mythoverse.
Yeah, we definitely do.
It's like it's gonna have to be a changeling thing, though, because it's going. Because that's the obvious Harry Potter was made for.
I don't know. I think that going back to going with Mythics, there was a training that Althea went through with the spirits, and they could probably pull off some kind of prank where they'd give their trainees diapers because the first generation of I had a problem with using the toilet.
And I just want to take a dig at Harry Potter for just how fucking stupid it is. Like I don't know, maybe just...
It's it's not just leftists who are doing it; it's also the right who are trying to think of this man, this evil guy, and they can't think of anyone but the guy who failed to take over a high school.
It's always fucking Voldemort.
What's so threatening about him? He can't even take over a high school.
Yeah, he loses a lot of menace when you realize that. It's like, Palpatine rules over an entire galaxy for over 30 years. You have Sauron actually raised an army and try to conquer Middle Earth twice.
He was also the right hand of Satan too.
Well, Morgoth, but yeah, they're the same thing basically.
Yep.
And then you had the fucking Emperor of Mankind who's ruled over the Imperium for over 10,000 years, and he's a skeleton. Half-dead skeleton.
Yep.
Just what the? It's just like what the fuck is so? Why do people think Voldemort is so bad?
I don't know. Why do people think that Hitler was so bad when he ruled over a dictatorship that a dictatorship that lasted the least amount of years in human history?
Yeah, it's like I don't fucking know. It's just like
in a way,
what the fuck?
In a way, it's about the ideas that they bring to the table, and that's scary enough. But then you realize, man, this guy's fucking retarded. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's just like what I mean, like what was the I'm trying to remember. Like the thing with Voldemort is I can't remember him I can't remember anything about him other than that he's just evil.
He's basically the wizard Hitler.
It's just it's just lame.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the only reason the Harry Potter books just caught on as well as they did was because at the time there wasn't anything else like them.
Yeah.
And two, Harry was enough of a character that you could define him, sort of, but just kind of enough of a blank slate that the readers could project themselves onto him.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yeah, it's just like because when you think about like, can anyone really name anything specific about Harry that doesn't involve his appearance, or because he's honestly kind of a boring character.
Oh, he's just really boring. He's the guy the kid who can do everything that's right.
He's just the main character. Honestly, I mean, like the side characters, they're way more interesting than him.
Yep.
I mean, you got Ron. He's a lovable goof. You got Hermione, she's a muggle. She's like a mudblood, so she's kind of discriminated against. And then you got fucking Neville, who's like, he's not really good at being a wizard, but you root for him anyway because he keeps trying.
You've got a cast that's much more interesting than the main character.
You're doing something wrong when your supporting cast is more interesting than your main character.
In fact, there's a theory that says that Neville's the real hero of the story.
It honestly would be a more interesting story if it was, though.
Yeah. But I remember hearing that Harry Potter used to be a story she used to tell her kids to get them to go to bed. But then again, that's also no excuse because The Hobbit was the same way.
Yeah, and so was Watership Down.
Yep, and
Yeah, yeah. Just think about that. Watership Down, a book about fucking rabbits trying to find a new home. Matt,
what?
yeah, it's just like I just want to I just want people thinking about that, like that that you got the Hobbit and you got Watership Down, which were kind of made the same way, and one is about rabbits just trying to find a new place to live.
Pretty much, and
And actually, those rabbits are pretty good characters too.
I don't think this is one of the things where you go and say that this is the reason why J.K. Rowling never had anything outside of Harry Potter.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you had made as much money as she did off one single idea, would you do anything else?
Well, she has tried. It's just that they went nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think Richard Adams made anything outside of Watership Down, as far as I know.
He did some sequels, but that's it.
Yeah.
I think. Uh, in Tolkien's case, it's you can see why there wasn't anything outside of Middle Earth, because he was a university professor.
He just didn't have time for anything else.
Yeah, he did translations of old mythologies.
Yeah, he did a translation of Beowulf, which I've heard is not really good, actually.
Well, it's never meant for public release.
Like, what was he trying to do with that translation? Was he lit? I've never read it. Like, what's the problem with it?
I don't think it was completed.
Yeah,
I think
but even what's been available, I've heard isn't good.
I don't know. Maybe it's because when he was doing it, it was just time during his time that he's trying out his ability to translate.
Possibly, because if this was if this was a new thing for him, he might have made the mistake of literally translating it.
Yep, and that's the reason why he never published it.
Because even he knew it wasn't good.
Yep. Most of the Middle Earth books he never published because he didn't think they were good enough. He didn't think that the Silmarillion would ever be ready to be published.
Yeah, and to be fair, there are places where it shows.
Yep. Well, a lot of his work after his death is mostly about his son's commentary on it. Especially that sequel he did to Lord of the Rings.
Okay, that's like something that doesn't. That is like something that doesn't even need to exist. It's like, why? Why would we need to know what happens afterwards?
Well, it's not so much about what happens afterwards as it is that it was trying to, based on what I've read, it's possible that he wanted to bridge the gap between the mythology of Middle Earth and our real history.
Yeah, no, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, he wasn't trying to make
Like, no,
fantasy stories.
I know, it was trying to make mythology, and he inadvertently wound up making fantasy.
Yep. Oh,
But still, I mean,
the
like,
funny.
I was gonna say, like, trying to connect mythology to real history just kind of defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah. Yes. It was funny hearing the reaction of one of his writing group members
Yeah.
whenever I do a Middle Earth story. I read a Middle Earth story. One of the members would just go, "Oh, not the elves again."
They did not like the elves.
Well, one of them didn't.
Was it Lewis?
No,
Was that a no or a yes?
no, it wasn't him. I don't remember who it was.
Seems like the only two people anyone remembers out of the Inklings were Tolkien and Lewis.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
There. Go
on
on.
the Salem Says Damn Elves, and something I kind of got to give like Terry Pratchett credit for was that he did not depict the elves the same way Tolkien did in Discworld.
Yep.
Like he kind of went back. Yeah, I mean, like for like all of Tolkien being inspired by like old stories and mythology. I mean, he kind of sort of. I mean we kind of know what the elves are supposed to be. They're sort of like they're like idealized humans. Like what he thinks humanity should be like.
Well, one thing that my mom has always taken into thought of with the elves was that they were meant to be more of angelic, the angels, basically.
Yeah, well, it's just like, yeah, it's, I guess, but yeah, like Pratchett though, like he actually kind of portrayed elves as they were in like old stories. They're mischievous, capricious, and very alien.
Yeah, and that's basically how I'm going to depict them in mythics.
Yeah, that's more or less what the Fae are like in Changeling. They can, like, they just. It's actually kind of good because like because I remember that in that Wikipedia article it said about like elves in Discworld. It said like a big defining characteristic they have is that they can't feel empathy. So
Yeah.
they'll let's see if I can let me pull that up just because I don't remember the wording correctly. Let's see if I get it. Blah 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 blah. It's in here. Okay, here we are. They da 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 da. Elves have no proper imagination or real emotions, and therefore such things fascinate them. Because they can't create, they steal musicians and artists. Because they can't have children, they steal children from the disc to be their toys. Because they cannot feel empathy, they enjoy the suffering of others.
Yeah, I can see that.
Actually, that's something that kind of fascinates me, though. I mean, like, they can't feel they can't do any of these things. So but isn't curiosity like an emotion, though?
I guess.
I don't know. I don't really understand. Yeah, probably shouldn't think about it too much, but it's like they don't real. It's like they don't. They kind of don't understand what they're doing. Like, like it says, in Lords and Ladies, Pratchett states that elves would smash the world if they thought it would make a pretty sound.
that sounds interesting.
Well, he says it compares the elves to cats, both being extremely stylish and excessively cruel. I mean, the way cats like to play with mice before they kill them, I can see that.
Yep.
So yeah. Well, and then again, like it's sort of kind of depicting like the Fae. They kind of see them. It would make also kind of a sort of sense of like the Fae. They kind of see themselves as superior to humans. So it's like to them like a human. It kind of goes with that. That analogy actually works. Like to them, a human is to them what a mouse is to a cat.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the. And it kind of also makes sense. Like they don't feel Like I think they can feel emotions, but it's just more like they can't feel them the same way a human does. Like it's like it kind of comes down like they don't understand like say what love is.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be it. It's the regular kinds of emotions that we know of, like love, sadness, and all that.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like that. That's kind of where you get the whole alien feel to them. Like they don't just think differently; they feel and reason differently. So like it's something that doesn't make sense to us, but it makes perfect sense to them.
Yeah, that makes sense. They would be they would have different reasonings in a way.
Yeah. Kind of amazed that you just. I mean, like you said with the spirits, you kind of wanted to go the Tolkien route. So it doesn't like kind of run the risk of making them seem too human, though.
Well, one thing I decided on doing was to have some kind of a reason for their kind of bonds. So having them be more human makes sense.
I guess. Yeah. Well, we got about 10 minutes before it's 9 o'clock. Do we got anything else before, or do we want to just call it good for now?
Yeah, we could go on for another 10 minutes, I think.
Sure. All right then. It might actually be better. It might actually be better that you went that route for the spirits, just because like my first inclination was almost to go like something out of Werewolf the Apocalypse, because interacting with spirits is a big part of that game. But in Werewolf though, like, do you understand what animism is, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in Werewolf, everything has a spirit. Trees have spirits. Rocks have spirits. Fucking cars have spirits.
Yep.
But these, man, most, if not all, these spirits are very inhuman, and they don't like. They like some of them might actually like humans, but some of them might also not like. Might be indifferent to them. Some of them might actually hate them. It's just like they all kind of. There's like no one way they all think. And they're very alien that way. I hate repeating myself, but that's kind of how they are. Like they have.
Well, that's how you want them to be.
Yeah. Well, in that game's context, it makes sense because like. I mean, like a big part of it is like crafting fetishes, which is made by getting a spirit to be basically bound to an object. And a lot of times you sort of have to capture spirits a little bit like they're Pokemon. You also have to talk to spirits to sort of learn new gifts for your character. And they'll often ask you to do something for it because they won't give it away for free.
Oh, definitely not.
Now, oftentimes what they'll ask you to do is something that sort of is kind of related to how the gift works. There was one one of the characters in my group, he wanted his character to he wanted to learn this gift. I forget what it does. I think it was supposed to be. It's a gift that allows him to know where prey hides.
Okay.
And he had to learn from a snake spirit. And so what I had in the role play was that I had the snake spirit tell him, "Go hunt me rabbits." So and I'll teach you the gift. And the way it was related to that was he kind of had to figure out like where rabbits would hide and how to ambush them. Yeah, if you really know how to, if you got a really creative mind, you can do a lot with that with Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's definitely sounds like it'd be fun to play.
Oh, it is fun to play. Although I'm still kind of getting the hang of how it's meant to be played, because I've been the GM for this campaign, and it's not the first time I've ever GM'd a game. It's actually the first time I've role played ever, to be honest. And well, what I've kind of learned from a couple of the more experienced members in my group is that it's not a proper werewolf game if you feel comfortable. Like, there needs to be a little bit more brutality in it.
Yikes.
Yeah, like I said, it's just the best way I can put it is the proper way you should be playing this game is like the Eclipse Arc of Berserk.
I see.
Yeah, it's supposed. Well, the game is called. Well, the tagline it has on the book is a game of savage horror.
Yeah, that definitely is. Sounds like something that'd be from Berserk.
Yeah, so it's not so like, yeah, you can have fun with it, but it's also supposed to be a game that can torture you emotionally. Like, it's
Basically, it wants to be evil.
not so much evil. Well, if you're the storyteller, yes. Not so much the characters. You kind of have to put the characters through hell. Like like one of them, like he has this one character from another game. He's basically an evil werewolf. He's he's a duelist, but what he's got is this weapon that's sort of like an improvised axe or something that's covered in skin from newly born werewolf pups he's slain. So, and he's told me like to play that character, you really have to basically tap into your dark side.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
it can be very brutal. Yeah, it's like if you're playing, let me put it. Yeah, if you're playing werewolf like it's the furry version of D&D, you are playing it wrong.
Well, the more I hear the furry version of anything, it sounds like it's gonna be played wrong.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Sound like your mic sound. Are you getting away from your mic because you get a little quieter there for a second?
No, maybe. Is it any better now?
Yeah, you sound all right. You sound a lot better.
Okay. Well, I just looked up the Will Wheaton Project's YouTube channel. Wow, it's sad. 118 subscribers.
Wow, I have more subscribers than he does.
Yeah, but it's now defunct channel for a canceled TV series. I'm not so sure if Will Wheaton has his own channel or if he's just leeching off of someone else.
Interesting. Huh. How much? I'm curious. Like, how many? What was he getting view-wise there?
For the Will Wheaton Project? Well, these are sad. I don't even feel good about making fun of them anymore.
Are they that bad?
The highest count is 2.6K views. The very first video got 97 views. And basically, most of them don't even go above. They don't hit 1,000 views after that 2.6K.
God damn.
And these are episodes of the Will Wheaton Project, it looks like.
That's sad. But then again, wasn't he doing doesn't he make more off with Geek and Sundry, though?
Yeah. But still, it's a it's a program that was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
That is just sad.
Yep. I don't even feel. I don't even. I feel bad about making fun of him now.
Yeah, I do too. It's like, what the hell, man?
Man, that's the reason why Patrick Stewart laid off him.
Although still, I mean, again, he's got Geek and Sundry.
Yeah, and this was a show that was canceled.
Like what, after one season?
Yep.
Yeah. So
It was so obvious. Even Skeletor knew it was coming. And yes, there was a segment on his show where he talks to Skeletor.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like, on the one hand, I get you don't want to make fun of him because that's sad. But on the other hand, again, it's not like it's the only thing he had.
Yeah, but this got the money, the promotion, the marketing of a TV network.
I guess he still did better with Geek and Sundry, though.
Oh yeah, I know, but this is. I guess he doesn't have the same. Okay, so his main channel has 83,000. And he does get the views, but but still, the rest of it is just rather sad. Oh, I think I know what happened.
What?
The reason why those got so little views is because because that was probably not the real Will Wheaton project.
Oh, really?
I don't see any kind of verification, but then again, this might have been before the verification.
I got no idea. I don't know what to say to that. So I guess
But
I guess if there's any note to end this on, it's no matter how bad you feel, at least you're not Will Wheaton.
pretty much, you don't look like you did when everyone hated you in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
All
still
right.
hate you now.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
See you guys.